Welcome to the Kenya Wantam Notam Movement KWM podcast. Today, we're doing a special deep dive, looking into some really significant questions about national unity and, well, accountability here in Kenya.
That's right. We're digging into an article from the Kenya Wantam Notam Movement website itself.
Exactly. It's titled NCIC, the club that pays well to do nothing. Quite a provocative title, wouldn't you say?
It certainly is, and it raises some very sharp points. That it also offers some powerful ideas for change, which is key.
Right. The aim seems to be sparking real action, positive impact for Kenya's future.
Our mission today, then, is to really unpack the concerns raised in this article. We'll explore the solutions it proposes.
And try to understand what it all could mean for, well, fostering greater national unity and accountability. It's about the role citizens can play, too, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's a core message running through it. Citizen demand for better.
Okay, so let's set the scene. The article starts by painting a picture of Kenya still wrestling, with past violence, deep tribal divisions, hate speech.
It reminds us of these ongoing challenges. The tribal wounds, the hate speech problem, political incitement, that awful cycle of election violence.
Yeah, a really stark backdrop. And then it introduces the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the NCIC.
Which, crucially, was set up after the 2007-2008 post-election violence. A really dark time.
Devastating. Over 1,000 killed, hundreds of thousands displaced. So the NCIC's original mission, it seemed incredibly clear, right?
Promote national cohesion, prevent ethnic hatred, monitor hate speech online and off, hold people accountable.
It sounds like an incredibly vital role, doesn't it? Hugely important.
But here's where the article makes its pivot. It doesn't just say the commission is maybe underperforming.
No, it goes much further.
It claims quite strongly that this institution, designed to heal wounds, has allegedly become a self-serving retirement club for the politically connected.
Wow. So basically arguing it's failed at every single one of those mandates.
That's the assertion, that it's become a shell, just a PR machine issuing statements after the damage is done. A bureaucratic facade.
Consuming resources but not delivering the results Kenya needs. That's the core claim.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it doesn't just make claims, it tries to back them up with examples.
Right. The article asks directly, when has NCIC ever taken action? It brings up specific places.
Marsabit, Kisii, Sandu, Baringo, places where there have been tragic tribal clashes.
And the article suggests the typical response is just a strongly worded statement, but only after the violence, after lives are lost.
Or think about politicians spewing toxic rhetoric. The article paints this picture.
Call a press conference, serve tea and mandazi, then disappear. It's pretty cutting.
It is. And even with online hate speech, which is just exploding, right?
Especially around elections.
The commission is accused of watching in silence. Or maybe worse, tweeting in riddles that mean nothing.
So the central question posed is really powerful. Where is the action? Where is the accountability? Where are the prosecutions? It's a direct challenge, isn't it?
A fundamental challenge to its perceived impact. Or lack thereof.
Okay, so if that's the alleged inaction, let's follow the money. The article uses that phrase, follow the money. It's your money.
Yeah, this is where it gets into the financial cost. Hundreds of millions in taxpayer funds, ordinary Kenyans' money flowing to the NCIC.
And the argument is, if there are no results, what's the point of this huge financial outlay?
It makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
An institution meant to prevent bloodshed. Could its silence, as the article suggests, actually enable it?
That's a chilling thought. The article really hammers that point home.
And it gets specific about where the money allegedly goes.
Right. Commissioners' fat salaries and allowances, suggesting, a comfortable life at the top.
Lavish workshops and five-star hotels, which paints a picture of being pretty detached from reality on the ground.
Then there are per diems and transport for peace caravans, which kind of implies focusing on appearances, maybe.
And empty public relations campaigns that yield no measurable impact. That's the claim.
Leading to that provocative question. How many Kenyans can name a single tangible outcome from NCIC in the last 5 years?
It really forces you to ask about value for money. Is the public getting what it pays for?
The article then paints this stark contrast under the heading, no results, no impact, no shame.
Yeah, it contrasts the struggles of young people in Kisumu or Mathar or communities living in fear in Kerio Valley.
Real-world tragedies, daily fear.
With the image of the NCIC hosting peace seminars in air-conditioned conference halls in Naivasha and Mombasa.
The article calls this obscene, a profound disconnect.
And it points to a claimed lack of serious tracking, no real-time response, no legal database, no digital enforcement.
No one jailed. No one even publicly shamed. Just tweets. Lots of tweets. That's the summary it gives.
Implying the efforts are superficial.
Yeah.
Not addressing root causes, not holding anyone accountable.
So the critique goes beyond just inaction. The article argues Kenya has an institutional silence problem.
Right, and it sees the NCIC's alleged failure as not just, negligence, but actively dangerous.
Why dangerous?
Well, the article asserts hate speech doesn't wait. It spreads incredibly fast, right?
Yeah.
Minutes can turn rhetoric into mobs.
And it says ethnic violence isn't usually spontaneous.
No, it's stoked over time by unchecked rhetoric, implying a direct link between silence and bloodshed.
Then accountability.
Accountability sends a message. But if, as the article claims, no one gets punished, then every insider gets bolder.
So the conclusion is pretty grim.
Every time the NCIC refuses to act, it greenlights future violence, and the price is always paid in blood. It suggests inaction isn't passive, it actively contributes to conflict.
Wow. Okay, so the article then asks, who really benefits from the NCIC? If not ordinary Kenyans, then who?
And it names specific groups perceived to gain. Former PSS permanent secretaries, high-ranking officials.
And other senior public servants who apparently retire into plush jobs at the NCIC.
It also mentions political allies, rewarded with appointments, suggesting maybe political favors over merit.
And consultants running programs with no deliverables. Communication teams crafting vague, feel-good messages.
It paints this picture of a system where insiders might profit while the core mission suffers.
And the losers, according to the article,
Ordinary Kenyans, especially young people, the poor, those in tribal flashpoints.
it makes that stark claim, while executives are sipping coffee in five-star venues.
It's the jobless youth in the slums and the marginalized rural communities who are manipulated and sacrificed every election cycle.
That contrast is powerful. It suggests the very people the NCIC should protect are paying the highest price for its alleged failures, a real injustice.
But the article doesn't just criticize. It does something else, too.
It holds up what it calls the real heroes, right?
Exactly. Grassroots efforts making a real difference, often with zero support. Local elders in Tana River, West Pokot, mediating disputes without funding.
Youth groups in Kisumu, Mathor, using music and art for peace. That's inspiring.
And civil society watchdogs risking arrest to expose hate speech. Real courage there.
And the article points out these groups work with no salaries, no vehicles, no media coverage, no billions in funding.
Yet they are the ones keeping the country together. That's the powerful contrast it draws.
Which brings it back to the question.
So again, why are we funding NCIC? And it throws down that gauntlet. Name one success. Just one.
Can it name an insider jailed? Show a map of timely interventions? Present a report that led to actual government action?
If not, the article concludes, what exactly are we paying them for? Demanding concrete proof of impact.
The article then brings in the Constitution, saying it demands accountability, responsible leadership, protection of values like unity.
And that the NCIC, as a constitutional commission, is legally bound to reform.
But instead, the article views it as becoming a lapdog, whispering instead of barking, protecting politicians instead of Kenyans. A betrayal.
Which leads to this strong call to dismantle the illusion. If it can't track online hate in real time, it has no use. If it can't name and shame insiders, it is part of the problem.
And if it can't push for prosecution of tribal warlords, then it is enabling them.
It's suggesting radical change is needed, not just tinkering, a complete overhaul or replacement. Gut the rot, as it says.
Okay, so that's the critique. Heavy stuff. But what about solutions? What does the article propose moving forward? This is where the Kenya Wantem Notam movement really shifts into offering positive, concrete ideas.
Yes, it outlines 5 specific, actionable replacements focusing on modern tools, independence, and community power.
Let's hear them. Number 1.
A real-time digital hate speech monitoring system using AI, human moderation teams, actively tracking, mapping trends, flagging threats for immediate legal follow-up. Proactive, not reactive.
Okay, makes sense. Number 2.
An independent hate crimes prosecution unit under the DPP or judiciary, crucially free from political interference, prosecuting hate speech as a serious crime. Real accountability.
Independent prosecution. Got it. 3rd.
Community-led peace hubs. This means funding and empowering those local peace ambassadors, elders, youth initiatives already doing the work, scaling up what's effective on the ground.
Investing in the real heroes we talked about earlier. What's number 4?
Transparent public accountability mechanism. Think monthly reports, real-time dashboards, public hearings. Letting Kenyans see the data. Who, where, what action was taken. Transparency.
Getting it out of the shadows. And finally, number 5.
Harsh penalties for politicians who incite. Automatic disqualification from office. Hefty fines. Public blacklists. Making sure there's a real cost for dividing the nation. Deterrence.
Those are 5 very concrete proposals. Modern tools, independent processes, community empowerment, a clear path forward.
It's a comprehensive vision, really.
And if these ideas resonate with you listening, if you believe in this kind of future real accountability, unity from the ground up, then the movement encourages you to get involved.
That's right. Visit www.wanthimnotim.com. You can create an account there.
And start sharing your own ideas. Ideas that can help change your village, your city, your nation. Your voice is vital here.
So the article concludes with this powerful rally cry: Kenyans must demand more.
Saying we've been too quiet for too long, accepting mediocrity disguised as governance, letting commissions like NCIC exist in shadows, consuming billions while giving us nothing.
The message is blunt. That has to end. A call for citizens to shift their expectations and engagement.
And it gives tangible actions people can take.
Right. You can do. Speak out. Share experiences and anchor. Demand transparency from your MP about NCIC's work in your area. Put pressure on officials.
Organize forums to inform your community about, well, what the article calls wasted tax money. Build local awareness.
And call for legislative reform, either reform NCIC or disband it entirely. Systemic change.
It frames Kenya's survival as a united nation on rejecting these expensive distractions and investing in institutions that actually work. High stakes.
Incredibly high. And that final word from the article, it's quite sobering.
Silence is complicity.
Yeah. Arguing the NCIC masquerades as a peacekeeper, while real peace is negotiated by unpaid volunteers. That its silence isn't neutral, it's complicit.
And that when a system tolerates hate, the hate doesn't just simmer, it explodes, linking inaction directly to violence.
Leaving us with that stark challenge: why do we keep paying billions to a commission that does nothing while our country burns?
It's a call to action. Disband it, replace it, or force it to work like your life depends on it, because it does. A plea for accountability as essential for survival.
And perhaps it prompts a broader thought for you, the listener. Consider how the absence of effective oversight in any vital area, not just national cohesion, impacts daily life.
That's interesting. What other institutional silences might be costing us?
And crucially, what would it take for citizens, for you, to truly hold them accountable? Something to think about.
Definitely. We hope this deep dive has given you a lot to consider about institutions, national unity, and this powerful call for accountability from the Kenya Wantam Notam movement.
It really is a compelling argument for embracing solutions and demanding genuine change for a better Kenya.
And your engagement, your participation in these conversations, it's absolutely vital.
As the article emphasizes, citizen action and a commitment to positive change are key to building a more unified, more accountable Kenya from the ground up.
So please learn more and become an active participant. Visit www.wantamnotam.com. Create your account, share your ideas, help change your village, your city, your nation.
Your contribution truly matters.
Thank you for listening to the Kenya Wantam Notam Movement KWOM podcast.